Okay, fourth month of the carnivore way of living. On the scales this morning, I was 74 kilos. So that's 15 kilos I've lost. But it's not the weight reduction that I'm looking for now, it's just the pain reduction, and it's been fantastic. Still living this lifestyle, still loving it, absolutely pain-free, no more pain in my hands at all. All my arthritic pain's gone. Still off the steroids. Blood pressure's still about 110 over 80. I went to the doctor since the last time I talked to you. I went to the doctor to get blood tests done. The bloods came back all fantastic apart from my LDL, which was up, and I expected that. My doctor said he would recommend I go on lipoids, which I haven't done. I told him that I wasn't going to take them. He's saying you run the risk of having a heart attack, but the research I've done says the opposite. The research I've been doing on YouTube is virtually saying that you need your LDL to be higher as you get older. So something you want to research if you're going to do this diet, have a really good look at it, and look, it's anecdotal evidence on YouTube, I guess, but there's a lot of it, and there's a lot of people living this lifestyle now, all having great results. I don't think there's anything derogatory coming out of the whole thing. Anyway, look, I'm just feeling fit as a fiddle. I've got heaps of energy, no pain, no more blood pressure medication, no more steroids. And I'm not going to take lipoids because my LDL was like 5.3 or something. It's supposed to be 3 point something, but I'm not really concerned about it. I told my doctor if I go another 3 months and die of a heart attack, I'd rather die feeling like I do now than like I did before I started this diet, because I felt like an old man. If you've been watching my other vids, you'll notice that I was up on the hard stand about a month ago. Now, at Christmas time, before I started this diet, I was trying to work out how I was going to get that hard standing done, because I wouldn't have been able to physically do it myself. There was just too much pain involved and too many anti-inflammatories, and I was thinking I'm going to have to get someone to do it. But from going on the diet, I took the boat out, I worked really hard for 6 days and was fine again each morning. So there's another little bit of anecdotal evidence to show you how good this way of living can be. Well, thankfully the wind is gone, and today I've got an old mate here, Martin, I've known for a long while, and he's going into near Arundel, so I'm going to go into the meat hub and buy some low-cost beef. So off we go. I've had coffee at that cafe right there.
You right?
Yep.
Yeah, well the
Okay, back from the meat hut, got some serious cryovacking to do now. That was very economical though, good cheap meat there, good meat and a really cheap price, so worthwhile a visit. And they do deliveries too around the Gold Coast, fantastic. T-bones, $22 a kilo from the meat hut, and they're pretty good looking steaks. The last thing I have to do is put this in the freezer. So what I'm going to do, take out the meat that I've already got frozen in there. I haven't got that much left. And then I'll put put all this stuff on the bottom, so I work my way down through it, if you like. That should be pretty good. Quite stagnant, so I've got 4. Bellies, a few snags, and I'll put the other meat on top. Okay, so what's for dinner tonight? Got a nice little piece of scotch that I've cryovac up. Just took him out of the freezer this morning, and I've lashed out and I've bought a kilo of Mooloolaba King prawns, half a kilo, $42 a kilo. A bit extravagant, but let's have a surf and turf and a few prawns, a prawn cocktail before we even start. These, and here we have the lucky last one. These are very sweet prawns. They're ocean caught, they're not farmed, straight out of the sea off Mooloolaba, and they're very, very nice. They're quite expensive, $42 a kilo, but bit of an extravagance, but I don't eat like this very often. Okay, I'm just going to cut this out of the bag. If you're cryovacuum meat and you're using these bags, they're quite expensive, the cryovac bags, so I try to get as much out of them as I can. And what I do, I'll take this bit of meat out. What I do, I just wash the bags out and make sure they're really clean. I'll probably get one more use out of that bag once I've sealed it again. I'll probably get a couple of sausages in there, and that'll be the last time I can use it. They're about that long when you get them, but if you cut the top off and don't waste too much, you can reuse them. Just give them a bit of a wash out, and saves wasting all the plastic and all that. Now here's a nice little bit of eye fillet. Nice little bit of steak. It's got plenty of fat in it, what I want, so I need to eat that fat. It's good for me. What I'm going to do is just season it with a bit of Himalayan rock salt. That's all I need to do. What else am I going to do? I'll just put five or six of those prawns in a little cup. They can go on the barbie with the steak, and these ones will be a bit of an entree. I'm just going to try something a little bit different. I've got some Greek yogurt here. Oh, I won't need that much. I'm just going to try and make a seafood sauce out of the yogurt, and it no carbs in this as such. And I'm just going to put a little bit of sauce in there. There is some carbs in this sauce, and there's other oil and that in it that I don't like using. If you get a natural tomato sauce, it's telling me there's 3.9 grams of carb in that bit I've just used. And ingredients are tomato, food acid, sugar, salt, food acid, onion, spice, extract. So it's not too bad, the ingredients, but there's a little bit of carb in there, so you want to take that into account if you're doing the keto one. And if you're doing keto, you're trying to keep your carbs down to under 20%, under 20 grams a day is the trick. So just mix that in there. It looks a bit like a seafood sauce with the yogurt. And what I'll do, just to give it a little bit of spice, I just like putting a little bit of Tabasco in it just to give it a little kick. You don't need much of this, but just a dab of Tabasco. Okay, well I haven't got any lard, so I'm going to cook this in butter. Don't go by the pack. This is real butter in here, not the one you're thinking about. It's a block of real fair dinkum butter, not the blended stuff. Nice bit of steak, some prawns. Rum and soda water, beautiful. It's a nice looking piece of steak. I bought that out of Coles. I think it was about $50 a kilo, so it's quite an expensive cut, but it only cost $12 I think for that piece of meat. That would nearly do me 2 meals, especially after that feed of prawns. I could nearly do it, cut it in half. But anyway, we're going to really pig out tonight, do the carnivore thing. All of this I'm eating is fine on this diet. Nothing, everything is great. Like the meat's fantastic, the prawns are okay, the butter's good, no carbs whatsoever. So I'm going to stay well down under my keto limit. The only thing I've really eaten all day that's a bit off whack would be a couple of strawberries and a few blueberries for breakfast, and that little bit of tomato sauce, about 3 grams. So I'm still well under my 20 grams of carbs, and that's the way to do it. And well, I'm not hungry now. I've eaten those prawns and I really shouldn't cook this, but I'm going to eat it. But yeah, this will be a really big meal for me. The view from my kitchen isn't too bad. Just off the Paradise Point pontoon. I can take my dinghy over there and walk straight up to town. IGA there, it's not cheap but it's good. And lots of restaurants and coffee shops. That's delicious. And look, when you're on a boat, the washing up can become a problem, because on a boat you've got to be pretty self-sufficient, and unless you've got a water maker, which I haven't got, you're dependent on catching a bit of rainwater, which I'm doing at the moment because it's raining, but that doesn't happen all the time, and you've only got limited reserves of water. So on this boat we carry about 600 litres of water, and you're always trying to make that last. So if you have a shower once a day, you've got to be quick showers, and if you're doing a lot of cooking, you've got lots of pots and pans. It takes a lot more water to wash everything up. So doing it this way, I think it's a great diet for being on a boat, because you're going to use a lot less water when you're doing the washing up after a meal, because usually there's not much to do. The barbecue you don't have to wash. I just wipe that down and a few paper towels, and it's really only usually a plate, a knife and fork that I have to wash. But anyway, all good. I'll get my bloods done again probably in another 3 or 4 months and just see how it's all going. But look, just feeling great and enjoying life again. Look at that. Look at this new Carnivore. And look at that sunset.
We've got it all, haven't we?
We have.